Thank you, and good afternoon. So, quick question, just to check if I'm in the right hall. How many of you are hands-on software developers or influence hands-on software development? I'm definitely in the right hall. Okay. So today, my topic is very simple, intuitive, and it's an open secret. All of you know it already. But do the millions of software engineers in India really understand it? That's my worry. So let's begin. And let's begin with a reflection of my own career. 3 decades, I started in the era of Y2K, working in COBOL programs that I never built, and I had to change it for Y2K. And then C++ came, Java came, BPM came, microservices came, blah, blah, blah. I had to evolve. So all of my colleagues had to evolve, learn technologies, one after another, right? But what did not change is the fundamentals of software engineering. Requirements engineering, design patterns, architectural styles, it evolved. Fundamentally, they really didn't change, right? And the DevOps and the testing principles, and what also didn't change and became more and more important is a maniacal customer focus. If we do not understand the customer's business, the customer's priority, what makes them successful, we are not software engineers. So for me, all 3 sums up to being a software engineer. Agreed? Okay, all right. So that makes me come to the vibe coding, the new era of development. As you've seen, every time you blink it, I've missed the vibe. It's growing, it's overwhelming. I used Microsoft Copilot to develop this word cloud, and I don't know half of it, let me admit it, right? It's overwhelming. It's just many technology platforms, many agentic AI development tools, many terminologies, many patterns, many best practices of prompt engineering itself, and it's evolving. And it's a lifelong learning for a software engineer always, to stay ahead of the game, to learn as much as possible. And this, in the AI era, has to expedite. Let me bring you to my next topic of my definition of vibe. Vision first, that's the key. So if you don't have clarity of thought, again, you don't understand what your customers really want. How do you solve their non-functional requirements by explicitly solving their functional requirements? For an example, what do the users really want to do? How it makes them successful? If you don't have that vision clear, you will feel in the first letter, why won't help? Next, you own the code. AI doesn't. How many times you have heard it and read about it? And still we do make mistakes. In my organizations, we have made mistakes. We have trusted AI in a way, and then it had increased our effort, and then we have learned, and then we have used vibe coding in the right way. So always, I own the code, I own the security, I own all the attributions and everything. Back to basics. You can use the magic of vibe, but if you miss the basic fundamental principles of software engineering, for instance, if you don't understand what SRP is, you'll not write a good code, right? If you don't understand what solid principles are, garbage in, garbage out, vibe will fail you. So, back to basics all the time. And lastly, to sum it up all, engineer before prompt engineer. You are a software engineer. That's your identity. That's of all of our identity. And that's why India is propelling so fast based on our contribution to the IT industry. And let me talk a little bit about prompt engineering. Is it really new? I don't find it new. It's communication at the end of the day, isn't it? You have always been prompted by your customer on what to do. what you have been prompted by your architect on how to write the spec and how to code. You have coached thousands of young minds who have grown in the industry today, right? It's about communication. It's about clarity. It has always been true. It is more true now because you are now communicating with a machine, the machine which depends on algorithms and predictive analysis, right? So what it calls for is precision. It calls for some techniques that most of you already know. Just a refresher, use meta prompting templates. I have personally found it extremely useful when I work with Windsurf or Cursor or Copilot. Don't write long English prompts. Break it into craft templates, break it into Crepes templates or Dare templates. You can look it up, you can learn about it if you are interested, or you might already have been using them. Use chaining. So step one, guide your agentic AI tool, for instance, Cursor, or Windsurf, or Copilot, or whichever you pick it, Replit and whatsoever, Amazon Q. You can tell, step one, do this, maybe build the backend. Step two, maybe build the front end. Step three, do your unit test. Use instruction files, rules, and make the AI go step by step to reach your desired goal. Use context layering. Write the context business-wise, then write the context from a technology point of view. So these are very useful techniques. There are loads of videos. There are loads of documents, articles. I really, really suggest that you all go through it, and that really will help you. Then finally, multi-agent orchestration. You can write prompts in a way that you can create agents dedicated for a purpose. Simple example, maybe create a front-end agent, a back-end agent, a database agent, an integration agent, a test agent, a DevOps agent, and human in the loop, or there are platforms already emerging that help you do orchestration among those agents. But not always this will yield into good results. Choose based on the complexity of your problem statement. That's very important. And of course, the choice of tools. Each tool works on different LLMs. Cursor works on many different LLMs. I personally love the Sonnet one. It gives great output. One of my board members sent me a message today. Hey, GPT-5 is out. What is your take on it? I have not even caught up on it yet. So tools will change. You have to continuously learn. And choice of tools will depend on how much you have learned and made mistakes. It's very, very important to make mistakes and learn from them quickly. Again, it's not a new theory, right? It's true for every bit of software engineering game you have played so far. So that's, for me, is prompt engineering, from communications to a framework-driven communication. That's all. Be a good communicator. Have a clarity of thought. Let me take you through our company's core principles. So in version 1, we live by 6 core values. Whatever we do, how we make our customers successful, how we engage with employees, how we do a status report, how we write a code, how do we test, how do we apprise people every quarter, how we promote people, everything revolves around these 6 core values. And it's not theory. We really, really evaluate them. I am evaluated against the 6 core values all the time. So first is honesty and integrity. How does it transform into vibe coding? You have to ensure that your prompts are ethical. Model you choose is unbiased, right? The transparency of, hey, I didn't code it. Actually, I generated it from a vibe coding, and then, of course, I own it, right? That's come the personal commitment, ownership, and accountability of the AI-generated code. Back to my vibe explanation of I own the code when I talked about the I word, I letter. No ego. No ego is very unique. When I joined version 1 2 years ago, I was interviewed. I found it very intriguing. Why no ego is a stated core value. Over the last 2 years, I understood that's the most important one. For instance, collaboration doesn't come naturally to people. There are a lot of collaboration tools, right? Teams and you name it, you know what I'm talking about. But it doesn't come naturally to people. In AI-driven development, collaboration is a key. How do you collaborate not only with your AI agents, but also with your team, with your customer, with your architect, with your end users, users of the customer? That's extremely important. And humility. I have seen people resisting of changing their prompting styles and going into an AI hallucination loop because they don't accept that, hey, it's okay to throw away the prompt, maybe code it on my own hands for some time, or maybe get an idea from somebody else, right? Humility is important. And then, always, key point, outcome over authorship. Finally, what matters is your customer's goals. So it's not important that you wrote it and how you wrote it, how best you wrote it. If it doesn't satisfy your outcome, your authorship doesn't matter. Next comes to customer first. It's very, very important not to use your customer data, customer code for any AI experimentation without their formal approval. Extremely important, okay? There will be serious contractual violations if you do so. And, of course, your own organization has to undergo the painful process of vetting each and every AI agentic development tool from the perspective of legality, security, data, privacy, everything, right? So, approval, alignment with your organization policies before you just download that IDE and start using it. Extremely important. Test output well, always true, regardless of AI. More important for AI, by the way. Okay, excellence. Back to basics, that was my B in the vibe. Nobody will, no AI tool is a better architect than you. You have learned in your colleges, with your experience from your seniors, peers, customers, industry leaders, how to do real craft of software engineering, how to design, how to do separation of concerns, how to select a technology stack end to end, right? So own that. Drive your own excellence. Last but not the least, common pitfall of many organizations I have seen and have spoken with, we stop at prototype just by getting excited to a vibe coding. And then the investment the company made on you, or made on me, to monetize it and solve a real customer problem, it's not reached there. We don't reach there naturally. That's a waste. So drive a proof of concept to production-grade software. That is important. So this is all the things I talk to my team over and over again when I code with them, when I coach them, when I work with the customers, advise them. These are the 6 core values that we always embed in our genes. Right? Okay. I'll come to my last slide. And I want to, if you can, say after me. It's a very important pledge. All right? As a responsible engineer, I pledge to use Vibe coding not just to automate, but to elevate. Okay? So, we don't automate. Automation has been around for many years. But AI gives you the power to elevate the business value of your customers, of your organization, and personally to you. And as a pledge, I will prioritize outcomes over speed. Collaborate openly and apply software engineering rigor to every code I generate with Vibe coding. Okay? Last and not the least, my personal favorite, I am committed to mastering my craft so I can challenge and guide AI, not to surrender to it. With that thought, I thank you all for patiently listening to my non-technical presentation and hope it resonated with you. Thank you.